Hi, I'm Lawrence Bergstrom, registered osteopath, former NHS osteopath of over 10 years and an advanced trained non-surgical spinal disc specialist. We can see you have weak back muscles. How? Have we got special superpowers? No, we don't, unfortunately. So how can we tell that you have got weak back muscles? Is it the way you move? Not really. Is it by eye? Can we just look at your back and say, oh, you've got weak back muscles? Not greatly. I mean, when you look at someone's spine, you can see to a degree if the musculature is quite good or not. But there is a much more scientific and much more effective way of determining whether you have weak back muscles or not. And that's via MRI. Now, MRI imaging shows us all the tissues of your spine, and one of those is muscle. Another of those is fat. So we can see fat content within and around muscle. Okay, so it really is as simple as that. When we're looking at an MRI, when we're looking at your MRI, if you come to us and you've got significant back pain, it's unresolving, and you either bring an MRI to us or we refer you for one, when we sit down and we give you our report on findings and build towards a diagnosis for why you continue to have these problems, one of the things that we'll be discussing with you is the health of your spinal muscles. Okay. Now, forgive me, the plant-based of us and the vegetarians and vegans amongst us, I'm going to talk a little bit about steak for a moment. Now, the meat eaters, at some point, if you're fairly well informed, you'll know that you can tell an excellent piece of steak from a very cheap piece of steak by the marbling effect. So you're looking at what you want is a very high quality level of, so if you're sirloin or filet mignon or something like that, I guess, there's a very high quality level of meat there and just some very, very thin streaks of fat. If you're going the other end towards something like a cheap piece of chuck steak or something, it's going to have quite a lot of fat around it. That represents some people's back muscles. So, really you're thinking sirloin rather than chuck steak when you're thinking about your back. It's very, very important that you've got excellent muscle tone, because as your muscle tone diminishes in your back, just the same as anywhere else in your body, it can set you up for problems. Your spine becomes weaker, it puts more strain on the underlying tissues, particularly discs and so on, and then that can lead to problems further down the line. So in a further video, we're going to discuss the exercises that are great to keep this area of your back strong, simple things that you can do at home to maintain the strength. But just wanted to discuss this a little bit. A lot of people aren't aware that the back muscles themselves can contribute to problems within the spine. So hopefully you found this video interesting, and thank you for watching.